Hey, hi, I'm going to the bank today. Want to join me? I would like to open an FD in your bank. What is the rate of interest? Oh, wow, that's good. It's 8% interest. Okay, so I will be investing for 5 years. I would like to take a loan. Yeah, for around 12 lakhs. Yes. And what will be the rate of interest? 8.5%. Yes, good. And I would like to take it for around 10 years. Right. So, what will be my repayment? So we saw scenarios in which I went to the bank to borrow money and to deposit my money. So in the first case I was depositing, in the second case I was borrowing money. And in both the cases you observed that I had asked for what is the rate of interest and what is the benefit of me putting my money in the bank or me borrowing money from the bank. So the first case, when I deposit money in the bank is going to pay me some interest for the money that I have deposited. And in the second case, when I borrow money, so I owe the bank money and I will be repaying every month certain installments. Okay, so that will be charged again with the rate of interest. So in both the cases, the rate of interest was expressed in terms of percentage. Now let's look at this and understand the maths behind it. So you saw that when I went to the bank, I started the conversation with the amount of money that I wanted to deposit or I wanted to as a loan. Now that money which you are going to start with is called as the principal amount. Principal, and it will be called as P from now on. The next thing that I asked was the rate of interest. Rate of interest, it will be called as R. And one more thing that you have to see is rate of interest is always expressed in percentage and per year. This is always expressed per year. The next thing I asked was for the time frame. Again, the time is again calculated in years, right? So this will be called T. So we have three things: principal, rate of interest, and time. The next thing is that how much money will I be getting from the bank? That will be the interest. Interest. Okay, now since we know that the rate of interest is always expressed in percentage, we can write that it is divided by 100, right? And the numerator, we can call it as the R, the rate of interest. Now, how much it is out of 100% of how much principal? So again, you will multiply it by the principal. This is the same concept that we have learned in the percentage chapter. So rate of interest divided by 100 into the principal will give you the interest. Now if you are taking for more than a year, it will be into the number of years, right? So it is just multiplying with the time. So that is why this is called as the simple interest. Now there is one more type of interest which is called as the compound interest, which we will learn in the next year. So simple interest is equal to rate of interest into principal into the time. So, or we also write it as PTR by 100. This is one way of getting the simple interest. Now, another thing that you will have to understand is this: you will talk about something called the amount. So in the case of deposit, when I went to deposit the amount, I wanted to deposit some principal amount. Now when I get it back after 5 years that I was talking about, I am going to get this SI, simple interest, and the principal back to me. So the amount is going to be principal plus the simple interest. So what I'll be getting back after 5 years will be this addition of both the money. Same is the case with the loan. Whenever what will be the total loan that will be repaid by the end of say 10 years that I was talking about will be the principal amount plus the simple interest that has been calculated. So we will look at some very easy questions for the first. The principal is 6,400. Rate of interest is 6% per annum, and the time frame is 2 years. So find the simple interest. Simple interest is equal to P into T into R by 100. Now this is really just substituting all the values. Time frame is 2 years and it is 6% divided by 100. This will give us 64 into 12. So by the end of 2 years, we will be repaying 768 rupees. Okay, in the next question, we will see that we are given the amount, the principal and the time. Now we need to find out what is the rate of interest. Now here amount, if you remember, is principal plus the simple interest that we get. So simple interest is going to be amount minus the principal. So we get amount is 4,521 rupees 20 paisa minus 3,560 rupees. So subtracting we get 961.2 rupees. This is our simple interest. Now simple interest is also equal to P into T into R divided by 100. Now principal we already know, time is also given to us, and rate of interest is what we need to find out. So let's just swap all the variables to the other side. We have P into T. So R is equal to, simple interest is 961.2 into 100 divided by principal is 3,560 rupees into time is 3. Solving this equation for the rate of interest, we get it as 9%. So 9% is the rate of interest. Okay, here is the next question. Here it says that at what percentage per annum simple interest will the sum double itself in 12 years. So it says the amount has to double itself. So we have amount and we have the principal. Amount is going to be 2 times the principal. Amount is also equal to principal plus simple interest. That means here we need 2P is equal to P plus SI, and so SI is going to be 2P minus P, and that means the simple interest earned per in 12 years should be equal to the principal itself. At what rate? That is the question. So we know the time is given as 12 years already, and now substituting the values here in P into T into R divided by 100, we can write the simple interest is P here again. P is equal to P into 12 into R divided by 100. Okay, so we just keep R on this side and take everything to the other side. We have 100 P is equal to P into 12. Right, so rate of interest is equal to 100 divided by 12, which will give 8.3%. 8.3%. So in this video, we saw two scenarios where we went to the bank, once to deposit money, the other to borrow money. When we deposited money, the bank will repay us because we deposited money in installments, and that is called as again interest. Depends how much interest depends on the rate of interest per year, and when we borrow money, we will be repaying to the bank again per year depending upon how much is the rate of interest and how much is the time period. So with this we come to the end of this video. In the next video we will be seeing some challenging questions based on simple interest, and I hope to see you in that video as well. Thank you for watching.